GumDrop the Gummy Bear, and a sticky situation.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a magical place made entirely of candy. There were rivers of chocolate, mountains of lollipops, and trees made of gummy bears. In this sugary paradise, there lived a little gummy bear named GumDrop. GumDrop was no ordinary gummy bear. He was the chewiest, happiest gummy bear in the whole candy land. His fur was the brightest red, his smile was the sweetest, and his heart was full of joy. GumDrop's house was also special. It was made of gingerbread, and the roof was made of delicious chocolate squares. He lived in the gingerbread house with his family, his mom, his dad, and his little sister, Gummy Lou. Every morning when GumDrop woke up, he couldn't wait to start playing. His favorite thing to do was to visit the town square and slide down the big purple lollipop slide. It was tall, it was smooth, and it was the perfect shade of purple. Whenever GumDrop slid down the slide, he would shout with glee, "Wee!" And then he would land with a soft thud into a giant pile of rainbow sprinkles. He would laugh and giggle, and then he would eat a handful of sprinkles as a tasty snack. For GumDrop, sliding down the lollipop slide and eating sprinkles was the best thing in the world. He could do it all day long. One day, GumDrop decided that he wanted to play with his friend, Sparky the candy cane. Sparky lived on the other side of the town square, and GumDrop wanted to surprise him with a bag of rainbow sprinkles. So GumDrop ran as fast as he could to the lollipop slide and shouted, "Wee!" He slid down the slide, but this time he didn't land in the sprinkle pile. Instead, he landed in a big puddle of sticky, gooey frosting. "Uh-oh," GumDrop said with a frown. He tried to stand up, but his feet were stuck. Then he tried to use his hands to pull himself up, but his hands were stuck too. "Help!" he cried. "I'm a stuck gummy bear." All the candy animals nearby heard GumDrop's cries for help. They wanted to help, but they didn't know how. A brave candy cane tried to pull GumDrop out of the frosting, but GumDrop was too slippery. A big chocolate bunny tried to push him, but GumDrop was too heavy and the frosting was too sticky. All the candy animals felt sad because they couldn't help their friend. Even GumDrop's mom and dad couldn't pull him out of the sticky situation. GumDrop felt sad and sticky. He watched as all the candy animals shook their heads and walked away. He thought he would be stuck in the frosting forever. He would never get to see his friends or family again, and he would never get to slide down the lollipop slide again. GumDrop felt tears welling up in his eyes. He was so sad. Just when GumDrop felt the stickiest and saddest, a little butterfly landed on his nose. The butterfly was not an ordinary butterfly. She was made of pure sugar, and her wings sparkled like diamonds. "Why are you crying, GumDrop?" the butterfly asked in a tiny, sweet voice. GumDrop explained how he got stuck and how he would never get to play again. "Don't be sad, GumDrop," the butterfly said with a smile. "I have a sweet idea." The little sugar butterfly flew to the biggest, tallest candy floss cloud in the sky. She flew back with a tiny piece of candy floss. She put it on GumDrop's sticky foot and it stuck to the frosting, making a little cushion. Now his foot wasn't so sticky anymore. The butterfly flew back to the cloud again and again. She brought more candy floss and more candy floss until she covered his whole foot. Then she went back again and did the same thing for his hands and his tummy. All the other candy animals saw what the butterfly was doing. They all flew or ran to the candy floss cloud and brought fluffy pieces back. They helped cover GumDrop's whole body with soft, sweet candy floss until he looked like a big, red cotton candy monster. Slowly, GumDrop stood up. He wasn't sticky anymore. He was a big, fluffy, candy floss bear. He was so happy. He shouted, "I'm free," and gave the butterfly a big hug. "Thank you," he said. "You had such a small idea, but it saved my big day." The butterfly smiled and flew away. All the candy animals gathered around GumDrop. They were so happy to see him free from the sticky situation. They all wanted to play with him now that he looked like a big, fluffy cotton candy bear. But Gumdrop knew that it was time to go home. He hugged his mom and dad, who were so relieved to see him. And he gave his little sister, Gummy Lou, a big kiss. "Thank you, Gumdrop," Gummy Lou said with a smile. "You look so fluffy and yummy." Gumdrop laughed and said, "We'll play tomorrow." Then he went to bed, dreaming of candy floss clouds and sprinkle pies. That night, Gumdrop slept very well. When he woke up, he still loved to play and slide down the lollipop slide. But now he also loved being a good friend, just like the little butterfly. Gumdrop knew that even a small idea can save your day. And he knew that even though he looked different, he was still the same chewy, happy gummy bear inside. From that day on, Gumdrop was known throughout the candy land as the bravest gummy bear who was once stuck in frosting. And the little butterfly was known as the hero who saved the day with a small idea. They all lived happily ever after in the magical land made of candy. The end. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel for more magical tales. We wish you a day filled with sweetness like the candy land and friendship as pure as the little butterfly's heart. Until next time, goodbye.
If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe to English Echo for a new bedtime story every week. Click the bell to never miss a new adventure. And let us know in the comments what your favorite candy is. Sweet dreams.